And good morning or early afternoon. Welcome back to the Lakeland Center for the 2012 FHSAA Boys Basketball Finals, our second 6A semifinal of the day. The winner of this game will play the Leesburg Yellow Jackets tomorrow at 1:35 for the state title, actually 2:35. Right now, our 6A semifinal, the Miami Norland Vikings with a record of 27-3. Their opponent, the Winter Haven Blue Devils, at 21-7. Marty Palmer, along with Coach Bob Herdusky from Buchholz High School in Gainesville, rejoining you at the Lakeland Center. And Coach, what a good game early today. Leesburg and Wolfson went back and forth, but Leesburg got by with a late 4-0 run, and now they're going to play for another state title tomorrow against the winner of this game. Yeah, I got an opportunity to talk to both coaches after the game, and heart goes out to Bruce Roserock. He's been here a number of times and hasn't been getting over the hump, and to have 3 turnovers in your last 3 possessions and not get a shot is just, and they went the whole half without a turnover until those last 3. Was very difficult and a hard one for him to swallow. But give Leesburg credit; they made the plays and really defense ruled the last 3 minutes of that game. The defenses were definitely better than the offense. Offenses were a little tight, but I think the winner of this game is gonna be a great final because we've got 2 really good teams playing, Winter Haven and Miami Norland. Leesburg winning Class 4A last year. They moved up to 6A this year, and they'll have a chance to win another state title. But their opponent will be the winner of this game, the Norland Vikings, who have been ranked #1 in the state most of the year, according to SourceHoops.com. They actually haven't been here in 4 years. They beat Boyd Anderson in 2008, 59-54 for the 6A state title, back for the first time in 4 years. And their starting lineup: #1, a 6'2" senior guard, Gino Phils Aim. #3, 6'5" senior guard, Cleon Roberts. #10, 6'1" sophomore guard, Dalvin Roberts. #33, a 6'6" senior power forward, Kevin Duncan. And #44, 6'7" sophomore center, Tyrell Williams. The head coach of the Vikings is Lawton Williams III in his 9th year. He has 196 wins and 57 losses. Norland, again, state champs in 2006 and 2008 under Lawton Williams III. And on the other side for the Winter Haven Blue Devils, who will, almost a home game for them, not far from the Lakeland Center, have a pretty good crowd today. #11, 6'1" senior guard, John Terrell Hawkins. #13, 6'3" freshman guard, Chance McSpadden. #15, a 6'4" sophomore forward, Kendrick Holland. #25, 6'6" senior guard, Devon Walker. And #32, 6'5" freshman forward, Darius James. And Winter Haven coached by Tyrone Woodside in his 4th year, a record around 500. But the Blue Devils here for the first time since 2004. They lost to Rains out of Jacksonville that year by 6 in the 4A state championship game. So as we look to this game, what do we see as the keys to victory here? It looks like Norland comes in maybe a little more experienced team than Winter Haven. And with some size, 6'7", 6'6", which we didn't see any size last game, which obviously would be something we could talk about later in the game when we maybe could look ahead to our matchup for tomorrow. So it's obviously going to be who can stop whose size, and really the theme of the tournament so far is there hasn't been a whole lot of great big guys. It's been guard-oriented state tournament, and both teams have a little bit more size than we've seen yesterday. Now, we did see Tyler Bergantino last night, who's a 6'9" young man going to UMass, but it should be 2 well-coached teams. Norland, when they won it a couple years ago, they ran some good stuff, ran a lot of the flex offense, and very disciplined offensive team, good solid defensive team. Winter Haven, probably your typical Polk County team, get after you defensively, run and push the ball. So it should be a great game. A reminder, if you want a DVD of this game or any game, the 2012 FHSAA Boys Basketball Finals and also the Girls Basketball Finals, go to FHSAAsports.com. That's FHSAAsports.com. It makes a great gift for family and friends of the team or even team members themselves. Again, that's FHSAAsports.com. You mentioned, too, the lack of big guys. I mean, really, for the most part, I'd have to go back to Champagnat, really, having their big guy, Jakiri, about 6'10", 6'11", heading to Miami. That was in 2A. Other than that, you mentioned Bergantino. There hasn't been a lot of good big guys. It's mostly been a guard-dominated tournament so far. Yeah, and I didn't see the big kid from Champagnat, but Tyler Bergantino played a great game last night for Nature Coast. He had numerous block shots. I think he finished with 17 points, and he willed Nature Coast into the game until really a bad technical really kind of stopped them in their tracks. And we saw this game almost a technical in the previous game, almost stopped Leesburg, and they got 4 points out of it, but they could have got more. And those are the things that sometimes decide state champions, just the ability
to keep your mouth shut or ability to keep your composure in a tough situation.
Well, Norland's road to Lakeland this year. They beat Fort Lauderdale 51-35, Pembroke Pines Charter 78-74, and then Barron Collier 49-46. They were the winners of District 16 or Region 4. Winter Haven defeated Mitchell 71-29, Land O'Lakes 60-42, and then Palmetto 78-64. Winter Haven the champions of District 9 and Region 3. So we will play 4 quarters to see who will take on the Leesburg Yellow Jackets tomorrow in the 6A championship game. And again, Leesburg defeating Wolfson 57-56 in our first semifinal. Boy, good crowd this morning for a 10 a.m. game. Very loud crowd, Leesburg folks and Wolfson. And we saw a few Winter Haven folks coming in here. Looks like the Blue Devils will definitely have a little bit of an advantage as they will come in wearing the white uniforms with the black letters and numerals, the gold trim and gold stripes, and Norland wearing the burgundy with the white letters and numerals and white trim. Shot no good for Winter Haven off the opening tip. The rebound to Tyrell Williams for Norland, and we're underway.
Winter Haven in a man-to-man defense to start the game with, Marty.
Roberts driving in, shot inside the free throw line is no good. Loose ball rebound ends up with Darius James, and now Winter Haven on the run. The Blue Devils with the ball, and no score early in this 6A semifinal. We have 4 more games after this today as we head to the 7A and 8A semifinals. Jumper for Darius. Actually, James will pull it back out now to Devon Walker. Now cross court to McSpadden. Now inside, and a little bit of a bump now back outside to McSpadden. McSpadden will drive, and instead into Holland. Kendrick Holland throws up an air ball from about 8 feet, and the rebound goes to Norland.
Both teams pushing the ball.
Top of the key, Roberts.
Winter Haven in a man-to-man, and Norland in a 3-2 zone their first defensive possession.
This is Gino Phil's aim. Back out to Cleon Roberts, number 3, to the left wing. Now to the free throw line to Dalvin Roberts. He'll try a 3. It's short. Loose ball tapped and put back up, no good. Inside by Kevin Duncan. Had a good rebound and couldn't get the layup to go. We still have no score here. 6:35 to go here, first quarter.
And both teams right now, Marty, just trying to shake out the nerves. They've got some good looks. Haven't put them in yet.
Winter Haven swings it into the corner, driving the baseline, up and under, shot no good by Walker, and the rebound to Norland.
You can see right now, Miami-Norland size is paying dividends at both ends. They've got some offensive rebounds, and they're making Winter Haven change some shots going to the rim.
Cleon Roberts now inside the free throw line, drives up, and he's fouled. First foul of the game coming on Winter Haven. It'll be on Darius James, his first. And looking at the Winter Haven starting lineup, they start 2 freshmen, a sophomore, and 2 seniors. So a little bit of youth with some experience in there for Tyrell and Woodside's club. And Norland, they start 3 seniors, 2 sophomores. As Cleon Roberts at the line.
A lot of youth.
Well, Norland, a team that we said in 2006 and 2008 won state championships and then hasn't been back in 4 years. That's a long drought for Norland. They were regional semifinalists in 09, 10, and 11. Lost in the semifinal round all year, every year in the regional. As the free throw is good. So again, shows you how tough it is to get to Lakeland.
And that's a mark of a consistent program and a well-coached program. Little diamond on one, full court pressure here by Miami-Norland.
Full court pressure as Roberts hit both free throws. Winter Haven does beat it, but then eventually a steal for Phil's aim as the pass was a little bit short. Now on the other side, it's Dalvin Roberts to Cleon Roberts. 2-0 Norland leading it. Cleon Roberts around a defender, shot blocked. And a good block there by Chance McSpadden and taken away by Winter Haven.
Right now, the officials are letting these guys play. There's probably been a lot of bumps and grinds they haven't called. They're letting these kids play right now early on.
This is John Trell Hawkins now across to McSpadden. Now back to Hawkins. Hawkins will drive up and under. His shot off the glass, no good. Good rebound, though, by Holland. Now loose ball on the floor, and it's saved by Hawkins and knocked away, and then saved it. Nope, on the line was McSpadden. I tell you, I look at Winter Haven, and they look like Michigan with those colors, but they're the kind of the maize and gold, but they're the Blue Devils. So,
and there's no question right now that Norland is changing shots with their long size inside, and Winter Haven's gonna have to be able to get better shots when they attack the rim.
Now cross court pass from Dalvin Roberts. Cleon Roberts out to the right corner. 2 is short by Duncan, and the rebound for Winter Haven, and now the Blue Devils get on the run. Still 2-0. Only points of the game on free throws for Norland. McSpadden drives. He misses a shot from 12 feet on the baseline. Rebound out of bounds will stay with Winter Haven. So off to a slow shooting start for both teams, kind of feeling their way through the opening few minutes of this game. The 2 free throws by Cleon Roberts, only points early on for Norland. Winter Haven throws it in deep to Walker. Now Devon Walker, his shot was blocked, got his own rebound. Got blocked again inside. Boy, a little bit too much size for Norland. They had 3 guys in the area.
It's a block party.
And the Vikings went the other way. Dalvin Roberts. Dalvin Roberts runs the point now right wing. It's Cleon Roberts. Now cross court, top of the key. 3 for Phil's aim. It's short from way out. But a rebound for Tyrell Williams. He saved it. And then it ends up in the hands of Winter Haven's Kendrick Holland.
That was a deep 3. That was NBA 3.
Blue Devils quickly at the other side of the court. McSpadden up and under. He's fouled. And we'll have 2 free throws for Chance McSpadden. The first foul of the game in Norland. And we will see the foul is on 44. That's Tyrell Williams. So he picks up his first foul. Norland, their leading scorer coming in is Cleon Roberts. And they only average in double figures at 17.3 a game. As the free throw is good. Malcolm McCray averages 6 rebounds a game. And the leading assist man is Demetrius Fabian, averaging 2.8. As the free throw good for McSpadden, it's 2-1.
And Lawton Williams brings 4 fresh bodies into the game at the 4:19 mark. So obviously, Norland must have a little depth. And he's kind of chewing on some of those guys that came out. And obviously they're nervous, but I thought defensively they've done a great job. Offensively, just haven't finished any shots yet.
So both free throws, actually Phil's aim hit 1 of 2. And it's a 2-1 lead now for Norland. As driving in, and Roberts is fouled. And
great high post entry pass, weak side wing back cut for the layup and dunk.
Dunks it home, and he draws the foul. At first I couldn't tell if he actually made the dunk, but he's now has a chance at a 3-point play as the foul is on Morris, his first foul.
Maybe that's the reason he kept him on the floor when they subbed 4 other guys out. They kept Cleon on the floor.
Well, Cleon has all 4 points in the game. Cleon Roberts for Norland as he gets the first basket for either team, and he hits the free throw. So 5 points for Cleon Roberts, 5-1. Norland in the lead. Off the dunk and the free throw. Quickly, Winter Haven. Shot partially blocked underneath, ball out of bounds. It will stay with the Blue Devils with an even 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter of the 6A semifinal. Earlier today, Leesburg over Jacksonville Wolfson 57-56. Leesburg tomorrow will play at 2:35 for the 6A championship against the winner of this game.
And that's twice Winter Haven has broken Norland's full court pressure. First time they had a layup to an ill-advised slow pass that got stolen, and this one went scoop underneath and got a block. So even though they're breaking it, they're not being able to finish at the rim.
3-point try left corner, no good by Devon Walker, and now Norland will slowly take it across half court. This is Demetrius Fabian now in the game for the Vikings. Now top of the key, Cleon Roberts. 5-1 lead for Norland. Roberts between defenders drives up and lays it in. We hit every part of the basket and the rim, but Cleon Roberts has 7, and it is 7-2 the score. Pardon me, as McSpadden did make those 2 free throws earlier. The scoreboard on here in the Lakeland Center was incorrect, so 7-2, Norland by 5. As Walker again tries one from about 8 feet, it's no good. This ball though tracked down by Jontrell Hawkins, and now to McSpadden. Winter Haven still looking for their first basket. Only points on free throws as the drive in is blocked, but the put back up and in by Walker. So there's Winter Haven's first basket with the offensive rebound. And they trail it by 3, 7-4.
And both teams are just attacking the rim. No jump shots around here. They're just attacking the rim.
Under 3 minutes now in the first quarter, and it's stolen away, but then lost on the floor by McSpadden, but he's able to get it ahead to Walker, who dunks it home. Boy, Devon Walker with a left-handed dunk.
Pretty impressive dunk.
Okay, he had a defender right in front of him. Winter Haven back within a point at 7-6. Now the other end, 3 try and the right wing good for Aaron Cooper.
Ball of the day.
Aaron Cooper off the bench, the senior, gets the first 3 of the game for either team. And now it's 10-6 Norland. Now we're picking it up a little bit on offense.
Norland still in a 3-2 zone defense.
There's McSpadden, top of the key. He'll try to drive, dishing under, but the pass dropped there by Morris. Too much for Morris, and the loose ball ends up again with Norland. Fabian across the half-court line. Fabian being guarded by Jontrell Hawkins. Now Cleon Roberts on the right wing, top of the key. Fabian will try a 3. It missed everything. Loose ball, though, rebound to Giovanni DeCius. Theseus with a rebound. And back to the top of the key. Now Roberts in the left corner. That's a 2. It's short. Rebounded by Hawkins. Quick moving first quarter. We now have 1:35 left as the pass on the baseline goes to Morris. Morris is fouled. He's going to shoot 2. And more free throws for Winter Haven.
And that's only the second team foul called. There's been a lot of contact in this first period that is pretty much let go. There's a foul before the first foul, the ball coming up the sideline. So these officials are just stating, we're not going to call much. You guys go out there and play it.
Decius gets his first foul, second team foul. Only 2 team fouls. You're right on both teams as Vivian Morris hits the first free throw. The second free throw is off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by McCray. That's Malcolm McCray for Norland with a rebound. And now in the game, it's Shearing Henry running the point. Inside to McCray. McCray's shot is too strong. But the loose ball on the floor, that's going to be out of bounds. And who will it be? It's going to be back to Winter Haven. That'll bring us to our first media timeout. 1:18 to go. First quarter, quick moving quarter. It's 10-7 Miami Norland leading Winter Haven in our 6A semifinal game, which you're watching here on the FHSAA network. Marty Palman along with Coach Bob Herdusky. And Coach, I know you well, but tell the audience a little bit about yourself. I know you've been the coach of Buchholz High School in Gainesville for many years.
Long time, 19 years. Just finished my 19th season down here. That's how long I've been in Florida. And absolutely love it. Great school, great opportunity to coach some good young men. We were very young this year and inexperienced, but we found a way to win 14 games, and hopefully we'll build on that for the next couple of years. We got to get our kids to grow. I don't know, we got to feed them something different because we're very small. So hopefully we'll get some big guys that'll grow in our program, and we'll get back to where we were a few years ago, where we were competing in the state tournament and trying to get to here.
You got quite a girls basketball program going there too with Rebecca Williams. She got back to the Final Four for the second year in a row with that team.
Does a great job. Plays a lot of pressure defense, gets after people. Got to find a way to get some wins here, though, and I think they were favored this year, and they didn't get a chance. They didn't get it done, but it just comes. Sometimes it takes some time. Look at Joe Fenlon yesterday, 29 years.
29 years.
He finally got one. There's probably not a guy I'm happier for than Joe getting his first state championship. It was a class act, and somebody that's been at one school for 29 years, and it kind of helped build the program and build the school. And like I said, I couldn't be happier for anyone than Joe Fenlon than I am today.
And 8 trips to Lakeland before they were able to get it done. That shows you, again, it's not only is it hard to get here, it's hard to win when you get here. So many good teams make it. It's Norland ball up 3 as Henry, top of the key, now swing around to the left wing. This is Fabian. Fabian throws it in deep, and it goes over the head of Decius. Norland turnover. That is only the 3rd turnover for Norland. Winter Haven with 3 also in the first quarter. And I know we talked. Mark Grisick was here yesterday, and now the coach at Olympia. I know you know well, was the coach at PK Young in Gainesville, and he said, I've never won one, but man, I haven't been coaching that long, so I don't feel as bad for myself anymore. It's the layup up and in for Vivian Morris, and now Winter Haven down 1.
Yeah, it's
29 years is a long time.
Yeah, he had his best chance to win one, and then Willie Powers blew out his knee after scoring, I don't know, about 10 or 12, 14 consecutive points to start the game. And Willie blew out his knee, and they were kind of done when Willie hit the deck.
Yeah.
Winter Haven plays some great man-to-man defense. They get after him gorgeous.
6 seconds left now, 5. Norland, they are all over the ball. Norland is trying to get a shot off into the corner. They will get a 3. It's short by Aaron Cooper, and Winter Haven made a nice run there at the end of the period. A low-scoring first quarter and a lot of good defense being played, but Winter Haven trails it only by 1, 10-9 at the end of the first period of our 6A semifinal. We'll take a break. We'll come back to the Lakeland Center in just a moment. You're watching the 2012 FHSAA Boys Basketball Finals here on the FHSAA Network.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
North side of
Welcome back to the Lakeland Center as we start the second quarter here in the 6A semifinal, the second 6A semifinal. It's Norland leading Winter Haven by a point, 10-9. Marty Paulman along with the coach of Beholtz High School in Gainesville, Bob Herdusky. And, well, Coach, you look at the first quarter numbers, and the shooting percentage wasn't great. So I will say it's usually, pretty good defense on both sides. You've been watching that. You said the defense, especially on Winter Haven's side, has been excellent.
Winter Haven's perimeter defense is exceptional. Great pressure on the ball. Norland's interior defense and shot blocking. If you kind of put both those teams together, you got a great defense, an unbelievable defensive team.
Cleon Roberts' three top of the key is in and out, no good. Loose ball out of bounds is off of Vivian Morris. Will stay with Norland. Norland shooting 25% in the first quarter. Winter Haven at 14%. Speaking of coaches who've been around for a while, Ed Kirshner this afternoon was here with Oviedo. They'll be playing Oak Ridge at 2:30 in the 7A semis as we move to the 7A semifinals.
Yeah, I think Ed turns 100 tomorrow. He's been coaching forever, and I think he's the all-time wins leader in the state or close to it. And he's a class act for us as coaches and in the state for basketball. And I wish him the best of luck today. I hope he can make some noise, but. I think whoever wins that game's got to loom and look at Dwyer.
Ely.
Ely. Yeah.
On the other side of the 7As, it's thrown away. Ely will play later this afternoon in the 6A semifinals. That ball out of bounds will stay with Norland. They'll take on St. Petersburg, but Ely, the number one ranked team all season, they're nationally ranked at times, and the rest of the 7A teams come in unranked. So you're right, Ely considered the favorite as
just a little bit.
Yeah.
That was Ed and I were talking the other day, and that was like, all right, we've got, when I had an opportunity to get to the regional finals, but my opportunity was gonna play Austin Rivers and the dreaded Winter Park team. That was your gift for winning the regional semis.
McSpadden for 3, and now we're tied 12-all. McSpadden with 5, first 3 of the game for Winter Haven. And you're right. You go back to that was their last appearance in the regional final. You're right. You only had to go to Winter Park to play Austin Rivers.
My only running clock game, and it wasn't my defense. It's on the running clock.
As Norland with the ball, right corner, now top of the key. It's Cleon Roberts. Roberts will pull, actually had it knocked away. Good job by McSpadden to stay with it, and it'll stay with Norland. We're tied 12-all as Winter Haven hit the 3 last time down. And Austin Rivers, obviously pretty good because
having a good freshman campaign for the Blue Devils at Duke.
Leading scorer at Duke, and he was. I just think this a year ago he was still here winning a state title for Winter Park, and then 2 weeks ago I'm watching him hit a buzzer beater at Chapel Hill. So that's that tells you what kind of kid he is. As there's a timeout called by Northern coach Lawton Williams III. And how many regional finals have you been to now?
3 or 4.
3 or 4. That's the tough one to get through, right?
Yeah. And I've been a proponent of this, and I've been in, obviously, meetings at FHSAA. I think the regional finals should go to a neutral site. I think it's too big of a game to be played at somebody's home site. And that obviously falls on deaf ears. I grew up in the state of Pennsylvania where every game was on a neutral site, and they played double headers.
Wow.
And I think the crowds were better because you had four groups coming in, to play at one site. They usually, chose a small college or a big high school and played those games. But I think a lot of times the regional final winner is the team that gets the host because, it's just a tremendous advantage to play at home.
We're back to action.
Winter Park killed it. It wouldn't matter whether they played us in our place or not.
No, I was gonna say because Roberts driving in and layup good for Cleon Roberts, who has 11 already, 11 of their 14, and it's a 2-point lead for Norland. That year that you went to Winter Park, you were district runner-up, right? You went in. Is that correct? And
yeah,
we
were district runner-up, and we were 8-0 in the district going to district tournament.
Oh,
so we were pretty good, and but we had to win them on the road.
Yeah, that's how they set it up with the district tournament and all. If you don't win the championship, you go on the road. I understand what you're saying. As the shot by McSpadden is no good. Rebound on the floor, loose ball won by Dalvin Roberts, and of course you've seen in other sports in the state as Finn's aim drives in, and he's fouled on the baseline. He's going to shoot 2. In soccer, they've moved the state semifinals now to home site, so you only have the state championship game in Tampa or other sites. So now even the semifinal rounds are being played at home stadiums.
And I'm wondering if that's not down the future for basketball. There's been some talking amongst the coaches in the stands about that potentially happening.
Walker gets his first foul. Inbounds pass to Roberts. He misses the jumper from 18 on the baseline, and we still have a 2-point game. It's a low-scoring game as McSpadden drives him to the left hand, misses the shot, but a block coming up on Norland as the foul going to be on Dalvin Roberts, who wasn't set, and that's his first third-team foul with 5:29 to go second quarter. We'll have free throws for McSpadden.
I'd like to see a replay of that. I thought he pretty much got trucked on that. It was a pretty good play. But, you know, it's that bang-bang charge block call.
McSpadden will shoot 2. First free throw is good. McSpadden, the freshman, was 6. Winter Haven's 13, and Winter Haven back within a point at 14-13. Coming up this afternoon, we said 7A semis at 2:30. It'll be Kelly Neff along with Anthony Long coming in for that game. The Oak Ridge and Oviedo. Anthony Long, the coach of Dr. Phillips High School in Orlando. Another guy you know well, former coach at Gainesville High School, won 2 state titles there. And
just up there talking to him, he says, I'm sitting in the loser's row. I says, get out of here.
McSpadden hits both free throws, and we're tied again 14-all. Boy, there's a 2-on-none, and it's going to be an easy dunk as Kevin Duncan tipped it to Tyrell Williams, and Williams has his first basket. Well, Winter Haven's defense got lost that time. It's a 16-14 lead.
And, you know, I think this game's really going to come down to who can find offense and who can find easy scores, because it's so hard to score in this game, and the defenses are both so outstanding. That's whoever can get those easy converts and who can make some shots is going to win this game.
Darius James misses the baseline jumper. Norland with the ball now as we go under 5 minutes second quarter. Now Dalvin Roberts, he's being guarded by John Charles Hawkins. Dalvin Roberts now coming up on him is Kendrick Holland. Now to Cleon Roberts, top of the key. Cleon with a spin move. He'll drive up and under, shot the glass too strong. Loose ball is on the floor and knocked out of bounds. Good job by Cleon Roberts to throw it off. Of the Winter Haven player.
And that's a great hustle play. A lot of players have missed that layup, dropped their head, and stopped playing. And he chased that ball down and was athletic enough to hit the ball off the Winter Haven kid's leg. So he did a great job there of staying with the play. It goes to show you don't want to stop playing.
Inbounds pass into Cleon Roberts, now to Phil's aim to the right wing. It's Dalvin Roberts. He'll drive inside the free throw line. Now back out, top of the key. Long three for Cleon Roberts. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Holland. 2-point lead for Norland.
And I always tell my players, he shot that about 2.5 feet behind the line. He could have been on the line. It's just been a step up and had a better chance to make it. But he almost made it from there.
Now Walker out to Hawkins. Winter Haven in no hurry this time. Hawkins into the corner to McSpadden and then thrown away. Stolen away, and loose ball ends up with Duncan for Norland.
And Norland's 3-2 defense is just so long. Those guys can just get the passes in a hurry.
2-point lead for the Miami Norland Vikings as Dalvin Roberts will throw it back out to the left wing. 3 for Phil's aim is no good. Rebound though, Cleon Roberts on the baseline. Now back out to Dalvin, back to Cleon. Now McSpadden comes out to the right wing to guard Cleon Roberts. He'll drive around him. Back out, top of the key, 3 for Dalvin Roberts, no good. Another rebound though for Williams. His putback blocked by Darius James. We're going to have a foul. Did they call a foul?
No.
That called a jump ball.
Out of bounds.
Block shot, I'm sorry, went out of bounds. So 3:28 to go. Second quarter, that leads us to our media timeout. Norland leading Winter Haven 16-14, our 6A semifinal. And you know, we talked about all the coaches we've seen around here. Seth Greenberg of Virginia Tech sitting right down the road from us here.
We had a chance to visit with him before the game, and you talk about a coach who's having a tough luck season. They've been in every ACC game, and it seems something bad happens to them. They lost a close one last night. You know, a tough loss against Duke, and it's just whatever can seem to go wrong at the end of the game goes wrong. But his team is good. They're young, and you know, Seth is just a heck of a coach, and he's done a great job at Virginia Tech. Yeah,
he used to be the coach in South Florida, so he knows this area pretty well. And being to South Florida, Stan Heath, like he may be getting that team in the NCAA tournament. They won at Louisville Wednesday night, and then he was here yesterday to see his son Josh win a state title with Tampa Prep and Joe Finland.
And he was a smiling, happy, proud dad yesterday. I talked with him a little bit, I think at halftime of the game. And what a great win they had over Louisville. You know, it's great when you can go in and blow up somebody's senior night. And to go up and get Louisville under senior night, great job, and they're having a great season.
He doesn't get a lot of credit, Stan Hughes, the coach, but if he gets South Florida in, that's his third different team of having the NCAA tournament. And a Elite 8 appearance with Kent State. He did it twice with Arkansas, and USF gets in. I'll have a lot of guys that do that with 3 different teams.
Absolutely. He's done a great job this year, because I'm sure he might have been on a little bit of a hot seat this year going in. And Hopefully that seat's pretty cold right now.
3-point left wing is an air ball by Aaron Cooper, rebounded by Winter Haven. Back to action. 3 minutes to go. Second quarter, and stolen away. Hawkins had it stripped, and Norland went the other way. Still a 2-point lead for the Norland Vikings. Cleon Roberts, though, runs in the middle of the paint, has it taken away. Loose ball on the floor. We'll have a jump ball. Possession arrow. We'll give it back to Winter Haven. As we look at the numbers, again, shooting percentages are low. 25% for Norland, 21% for Winter Haven, but both teams really getting down on the floor as you saw that playing good defense. Only 3 turnovers for Norland, 5 for Winter Haven.
And you look at this game, it's the no blood, no foul rule in effect because there's only 6 fouls called, and it's not like they're playing passively defensively. No blood, no foul today in this first half.
Ball is taken away again. Another steal for Norland. They have back-to-back steals last 2 possessions. Here's Cooper, now back to Fabian. And we haven't had a lot of fouls either. 6 fouls between the 2 teams here in the first half. You mentioned no blood, no foul. We are playing by that rule as the shot short by Cooper from 18. Rebound on the floor. Now we'll have a foul call on the over the back coming up on Norland on the offensive rebound. So that's the 4th team foul on the Vikings. First foul on Jamel Peacock. They just checked in for Norland.
There's going to be a lot of first fouls out there when they're called.
16-14, Norland holding on to a 2-point lead. And the winner will play Leesburg tomorrow for the 6A championship. And congratulations to Marcel Thomas. 2 years at Leesburg, 2 state championship game appearances. He came over from South Lake High School nearby there in Lake County, and Leesburg program has really woken up.
He's done a great job. And he'll have his hands full with either of these teams tomorrow. And once again, the defenses are just so good. Little 3-2 half-court trap right now, Norland showing.
McSpadden across the timeline to Dimitri Jordan. Now Jordan at the top of the key to Holland. Now back to McSpadden. McSpadden will pull up from 10. He missed everything. And the rebound ends up with Decius for Norland. And cross-court pass is tipped away and stolen by Jordan. Dimitri Jordan up and under, missed the layup. Loose ball on the floor, and it's won by Norland. Boy, a good look and a good steal for Dimitri Jordan. Just couldn't get the layup to go. And now across half court to Cleon Roberts.
Just no easy shots out there to be had by either team. Every shot's contested, forced, and neither team seems to have great three-point shooting.
McSpadden almost had a steal. Now inside, and we'll have a travel called down low on Malgin McCray, and a Norland turnover again. So a minute 24 to go before the half, and we're the 16-14 game. It was 10-9 at the end of the first quarter in favor of Norland. So 6 points for Norland in the second quarter, 5 for Winter Haven. Winter Haven, the second Polk County team. I was over and back. Sure enough, I don't think Jordan realized where he was. He went over the half-court line and threw it back to McSpadden. So
and McFadden wasn't quick enough to not catch the ball and try to get his both feet across. He just caught it. So it's kind of both players' fault. It's first player's fault for throwing it backwards, but the second player's fault for not stepping across midcourt and trying to grab it.
The turnover gives it back to Norland. And we were talking about Winter Haven, another Polk County team in the semifinals. Lake Wales, boy, they were impressive yesterday as the pass underneath to Williams. He'll lay it in. He has 4. Lake Wales will play for the 5A title tomorrow against Terry Parker out of Jacksonville. They won. Lake Wales is every game they've played in the regional has been 25 points or more on their way to the 5A state championship.
And it could be that way tomorrow because I thought Terry Parker struggled a lot last night with the press break. Against Nature Coast, and that's no type of press like they're going to see tomorrow.
First foul on Cleo Roberts' 15th foul is the pass underneath, and again, underneath Morris has it, and no easy shots, but he is fouled, and Morris will shoot 2 as that's the 16th foul on Norland with 53.2 to go. And you mentioned that too earlier. That game was a 2-point game with about 5 minutes to go, 6 minutes left, and they had a technical. It ends up a 28 or 26-point win. So that really turned it around. The technical on Nature Coast as the foul shot missed by Morris.
Once again, kids are overexcited and grabbing the rim for no reason at all, just trailing, and what happens is they do it a lot during the season. It's not called, and then it should be called, and then when it's called, it's like, what did I do?
Now the free throw missed, so 0 for 2 there for Morris, driving up and in and getting the layup. is Sherring Henry.
Wow, we're on a scoring spree here. I think we scored 2 straight possessions.
20, I know, a 6-point lead, biggest lead of the game for either team. It's 20-14. Now, Winter Haven may hold for the last shot of the half as McSpadden will throw it cross court to Devon Walker. Now at the free throw line, nope, driving up, the hook shot doesn't go for Kendrick Holland. Loose ball out of bounds, and it will stay with Winter Haven with 18 seconds left. That other rule that I really didn't know this rule until I saw the Florida do it last Saturday, the rule of dunking in pregame. When the officials see you, it's 2 technicals. If they don't, if officials aren't out there, it doesn't matter. I'd never heard that rule before.
Yeah, it's one of those things where
and that's the case in high school basketball, right?
Oh, yeah, a lot of times they let you do it. You kind of, the college athletes can kind of jump over the rim and dunk it without touching the rim. Ooh, big turnover. Oh.
He didn't have to do that. Mills aim at time, and he threw up about a 3/4 court shot.
He might have been able to go coast to coast and lay it in.
He had about 5 seconds.
He shot that with 4.5 seconds. Once again, you've got scoreboards all over the place. You ought to be able to know that.
So Winter Haven can actually get a shot off. It's not a great shot, and it's an air ball by Walker. But
and he could have took a dribble with 1.5. Could have got it to midcourt. It's amazing how high school kids don't understand how much time's on the clock and what you can do with that amount of time.
Yeah, Lawton Williams telling Gino Felzane, look, you had time to dribble and do something, but it doesn't matter. Either team scores. We have a 6-point lead and a low-scoring first half of the 6A semifinal. Our score, it's Miami Norland 20 and Winter Haven 14. Marty Palmer along with Coach Bob Herdusky will take a break and come back for the second half. We'll give you the first half stats and look ahead to some of our broadcasts later today and tomorrow here at the 2012 FHSAA basketball, boys basketball finals. Our score again, Norland 20, Winter Haven 14. Back to the Lakeland Center here on the FHSAA network in just a few minutes.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
Welcome back to the Lakeland Center as we get ready for the second half of our second 6A semifinal of the day. Miami Norland leading Winter Haven 20-14 in the 2012 FHSAA Boys Basketball Finals. The winner of this game will play Leesburg tomorrow at 2:35 for the 6A title. As you look at the first half stats, not surprisingly, shooting numbers not great. Norland at 8 of 29 or 28%. They're only 1 of 12 from three-point range, 3 of 3 at the line, 3 assists, 6 turnovers for the Vikings, 10 offensive rebounds, 9 defensive rebounds. And Winter Haven shooting 4 of 23, 17%, 1 of 2 from the three-point line, 5 of 8 at the free throw line, 3 assists, 8 turnovers. They did have 22 rebounds overall. So Marty Palm and Bob Hradusky back courtside, and again, we talked about this in the first half. The shooting numbers are down, but a lot of that can be attributed to both teams playing very good defense.
Oh, absolutely. Defense is the key in this game. If you're Winter Haven saying we held Norland to 20 points, you'd be ecstatic at halftime, but you didn't think you were down 6. And you only scored 14. The stat that jumps out at me is Norland 1 for 12 from three-point range. And that's, obviously Cleon Roberts attempted a few, but they've kind of spread it around. Nobody's making any. And they got superior size, and I would think that I would concentrate more on attacking the rim and getting closer shots and shoot less threes.
Well, offensive foul in Norland to start the second half. Tyrell Williams gets his second foul. And Winter Haven throws it away, though, right into the hands of Roberts as Hawkins was trying to get it down low. On the other end, Phil's aim will drive. His shot's short with the right hand. Loose ball, though, ends up in the hands of Duncan. He comes up short. Another rebound underneath, though, and Norland will shoot free throws as Winter Haven commits the foul.
Norland is so good in the rotation of their press where it looks like the cross-court pass for the layup is there, and they have a opposite wing sprinting back. I think if it's a direct chest pass, it's probably a layup, but they throw a slow developing bounce pass. It's been twice now in this game, has been stripped.
That was a good call there. It looked like they were going to get a layup, and it was stolen away instead by Phil Zame as he misses the first free throw. The foul was on John Troll Hawkins, his first team foul the second half on Winter Haven. Nobody in foul trouble. DCS has 2, and Williams with 2 now for Norland. That's about it.
And you look at the score being 20 to 14, a 6-point lead. But a 6-point lead in a game of this style is probably like a 10 or 12-point lead, in another game because points are just so hard to come by.
Cleon Roberts almost with a steal as he reached in, though, called for the foul, his second. So now Roberts with 2. He had 11 points in the first half, 11 of Norland's 20. They only scored in double figures for either team. On the Winter Haven side, Chance McSpadden with 7 points, Devon Walker with 4, Bibby and Morris with 3. Not surprisingly, 3 players scored for the Blue Devils as Norland takes it away. Now this is Cleon Roberts. Top of the key, Phil Zame will swing it around to the left wing to Dalvin Roberts. We're in the first minute of the third quarter of the 6A semifinal game. Leesburg earlier defeated Jacksonville Wilson 57-56. Roberts top of the key, being guarded by Hawkins. Now again to Cleon Roberts. Now Phil Zame will pull up. Free throw line extended. That shot looked like it was partially blocked. Loose ball rebound, and DCS missed it underneath. And Winter Haven on the run. This is McSpadden. McSpadden was out of control, lost the ball, and ends up in the hands of Williams.
Well, you're seeing the start of this half exactly like the start of the game. Nobody can make a shot and a lot of ill-advised shots.
Well, Cleon Roberts knocks down the 3, just as you say that. His first three-pointer of the game, he was 0 for his first 3, and he has 14, but he's taken 14 shots in the game, hit 5, as we'll have a foul on Dalvin Roberts, his second. Now 3 team fouls already on Norland. So the biggest lead of the game for Norland, they lead it by 9, and like you said, in a game like this, that's almost like a 20-point lead.
Well, we're seeing a few more fouls called this half. Norland's already got 3. They're an aggressive and a lot of aggressive full-court pressure.
Now Hawkins swings it to the left wing, driving in as Walker. He'll pull up from the baseline. No good from 15, but the rebound, foul coming up on the rebound, and now Norland picks up their 4th team foul already of the second half in the first minute 48 seconds as Decius gets his 3rd. He's going to probably check out.
And I think the one thing you're seeing right now is Norland's being very aggressive defensively because of the lack of fouls they called in the first half. And now they're tightening the whistle up a little bit, and they've got 4 quick fouls in the first minute 50 in the third quarter. So now they may have to readjust their defense because they can't continue to foul like this.
Well, this is where Winter Haven needs to take advantage as Walker missed the first free throw. The second free throw is good, so 1 for 2 for Walker. He has 5 points, and Winter Haven now 6 for 10 at the line. They've scored 6 of their 15 points at the free throw line, so they really need to take advantage as we have a timeout called by Winter Haven. First timeout they've used, both teams with 4 timeouts. At this point, like you said, it's an 8-point lead, and Norland playing a little more aggressive. The problem with that is they're picking up fouls, and you don't really want to put Winter Haven on the line, especially as poorly as they're shooting, as good as your defense is playing.
Well, this offense is just so hard to come by. And Winter Haven's man-to-man defense, their help and everything is great. Norland just so long, but when Winter Haven plays fast, they're not finishing. They break the press. They can't make the layup. They drive to the rim. They're out of control and throw a prayer up. So they've got to be able to attack and yet finish, and they have not been able to do that at all yet in this game.
So Norland ball up 8. Their biggest lead was 9 just a minute ago. Pass inbounds to Dalvin Roberts. He'll drive now across half court and get it to Cleon Roberts. It's McSpadden on Cleon Roberts. And now Cleon backs it up near half court. Now cross back to Dalvin Roberts. 2 Roberts on this team as Dalvin out to the right wing to Phil Zane. Now back to Cleon. Cleon Roberts inside the free throw line, runs into defenders. He got called for the travel. Too many steps and a Norland turnover.
And just Norland right now is out of sorts. Outside of the 3 that Cleon Roberts hit, they've been really stagnant on offense.
You get the feeling if Winter Haven can just get a couple of baskets here and there, they really can get some momentum, but it's been hard to come by on their side too. McSpadden. Nobody's getting clean looks. Now out to Hawkins. Hawkins drives in and he gets tied up. Jump ball possession arrow will keep it though with Winter Haven. 5:28 to go third quarter. It's 23-15, Norland by 8. This afternoon we'll move to the 7A semifinals. Kelly Neff and Anthony Long will have the game at 2:30 between Oviedo and Oak Ridge as the shot's an air ball. Getting the rebound back is Walker. He missed another shot short after he got the rebound back off the pass. And again, Winter Haven comes up short. Walker missed the 3 on an air ball that time. Now on the other side, Phil's aim in the right corner. Back out to Dalvin Roberts. He'll try a 3 top of the key. It's short. And loose ball ends up in the hands of McSpadden.
Good wide open 3 right on the line.
McSpadden will push it all the way in. His right-handed floater no good. Loose ball again ends up with Norland. Now it's a 3-on-2. But he threw the pass behind Duncan. Duncan had to save it, then lost it. Now back the other way comes Devon Walker, and Walker's fouled on the right wing. On the floor, so we'll have an inbounds pass coming for Winter Haven. But now the 15th foul on Norland in the second half, and the 3rd foul on Cleon Roberts.
And Norland is just so long interiorly. It's just Winter Haven just can't get a clean look on an offensive rebound. They're just always shooting too long, stretched out hands. And here's the other key, I think. Norland's done a great job of rotating people in. I think they're going to be fresher down the stretch. They're playing about 9 guys. I don't think Winter Haven may be playing about 7.
McSpadden tried to get it inside. It went off the hands of Darius James. It wasn't ready for it, and Winter Haven will turn it over.
Well, it's 3-1 in this quarter for 3.5 minutes, and it's about how the game started.
Yeah, they extended the lead. It was 10-9 at the end of the first quarter. Norland led by 6 of the half. They now lead it by 8. Right now, that lead almost appears insurmountable. Phil's aim for 3, hits it. First points of the game for Gino Phil's aim. 3rd 3 for Norland. Now they have an 11-point lead. And then on the other hand, McSpadden's shot is rejected by Decius. Actually, that was McCray with a block shot. Now underneath, a layup good as Devon Walker drives in and scores. He has 7 off the loose ball, and now Winter Haven back within 9. This is Demetrius Fabian now again running the point for Norland. He's being guarded by Hawkins. Now around Hawkins. Swung around to Phil's aim. 3 left corner, short this time. Loose ball on the floor. Norland has it, but traveling the call on the Vikings. So it's a 9-point lead for Norland. 3:50 to go, third quarter. We have our media timeout. 26-17 Norland, leading it by 9. Marty Palmer along with Coach Bob Hrdusky here at the Lakeland Center. We said we'll move to the 7A semifinals this afternoon. Oviedo and Oak Ridge out of Orlando. And we were talking about Ed Kirshner. He's in his 16th year as the head coach at Oviedo. Formerly coached at Osceola, was state champs there. How about 787 wins? And you know, Marcia Diller, the girls coach, has over 800 now.
I don't know.
How many have you won?
Oh, 2 or 3.
2 or 3?
Minute comparison. I don't know. I'm somewhere in 300 range.
Yeah.
And when people go, "How many have you won?" I says, "It just tells you how old you are." Ed still has, the enthusiasm to go out every day and coach. And today's kids are tougher to coach. They got more things going on. They don't want to put as much time in the gym, and still to want to go out there and do it. And he's a credit to our profession.
Yeah, 42 years as a coach. He coached in Indiana at 4 different schools, Osceola High School, and also Port St. Lucie and Westwood, and Fort Pierce for a period of time. Now 16 years at Oviedo, and Oviedo in the 7A semifinals against Oak Ridge. And then later today at 4:30, it'll be Pompano Beach Ely versus St. Pete as we move over to 7A. But here in our 6A semifinal, we're back to action. Winter Haven down 9. The winner of this game will play Leesburg tomorrow for the 6A state championship. Here is Demetric Jordan driving in. Left-handed layup good. Jordan with his first basket. Now Winter Haven down 7. And they scored on back-to-back possessions there.
And Marty, right now Norland's got their second-tier front line guys in, so they're not as big. And the shots are just a little bit easier. Not that easy, but they're a little easier than when they got their starting post guys in there.
There's Fabian now to Sharing Henry. To Fabian, top of the key. And Fabian now back to the left wing. Henry fakes. Now he'll try an 18-footer left wing. It's no good. Loose ball on the floor, and Duncan knocked it out of bounds. It'll be Winter Haven ball. So now Winter Haven down 7. So they were down 11 just a few minutes ago. Shooting in the second half, Norland at 25%. They're at 27% for the game. Winter Haven now shooting around 20% in the second period. They're near 18% for the game. Rebounds are 29-24 in favor of Norland, as nice pass with a missed layup underneath by Kendrick Holland, and then the loose ball ends up with Norland.
You look at Miami Norland's press, a 2-2-1. It gets broken easily. It looks like they're going to get a layup on it, and they didn't bounce pass it. They threw the chest pass, and they missed the layup. So even though their press, I don't think, looks all that good, it's creating quicker shots at the other end and quicker missed shots.
Boy,
so they're getting a lot out of their press.
Shot was blocked that time by Morris, blocking the shot of McCray, and on the other end, it's slam dunk for Devin Walker. Devon Walker now with 9, and all of a sudden Winter Haven has scored 6 in a row. They're back within 5.
And let's see if that dunk ignites the team defensively and the crowd.
Winter Haven on the run out gets the dunk. Here's Henry across half court. Now underneath, and losing it out of bounds is McCray. It's a Norland turnover. So now Winter Haven can cut it to 2 or 3.
And I think right now, Lawton Williams decided to get his starters back in the game, put his big post guy in, and trying to get it back going again with his post, and put Cleon Roberts back in the game.
So now a little pressure in the backcourt by Norland. It's broken by Winter Haven. Here's Holland driving up and under. Oh, what a layup by Kendrick Holland. Nice move between defenders. With a little bit of a windmill and laid it in. 8 in a row for Winter Haven. And they're down 3. Crowd now on their feet here at the Lakeland Center. They've been quiet most of the game. Ooh, almost over and back by Cleon Roberts. Now he'll drive in and miss the left-handed layup. Partially blocked, rebounded by Winter Haven. Now we have a 2-on-1. And it's ahead, and it's a layup for Jerry Hendricks. And timeout called by Lawton Williams III, as Winter Haven, who's really been quiet most of the game, was down 26-15 4 minutes ago. Now they're within 1. 10-0 run for the Blue Devils.
Transition defense, not there for Norland. Attacking the rim, but not getting rotated back to get back on defense.
And you mentioned the second-line guys coming in for Norland have allowed this run for the most part. Now that Cleon Roberts is back in, and Winter Haven has saw that, and they've really gone after Norland a little bit more.
And you could see, as they gain momentum in the transition, Tyrone Woodside, the coach of Winter, is screaming at his guys, "Get up! Let's put the pressure on. He's got the tempo going fast to his advantage right now, and he's playing to it. Let's get up there. Let's pick them up. Let's try to turn them over. Get them to take a quick shot. We can run back out." And right now, Norland looks like the tired team, and they've been the ones that have been rotating more players.
Well, 15 points for Winter Haven in the first 19 minutes of this game, and now they've scored, or almost 20 minutes. Now they've scored 10 points in the last 3 minutes to close it to a 1-point lead. And in that span, Devon Walker has 5 of the points. And we've also seen Hendricks and Jordan get on the board. Some guys coming off the bench. Kendrick Holland got his first basket as well. So Winter Haven on a run. They've got within one as Norland now will check their starters back in, a few of them at least. Cleon Roberts is back along with Tyrell Williams.
Full court man pressure by Winter Haven.
Kevin Duncans will inbound. Hits it into Fabian. Now Fabian around the defender all the way across half court. Now to the right corner. That's Cooper. He'll pull it cross court to Fabian. Now to Cleon Roberts. Roberts between the leg dribble. Drives up and under. Has his shot blocked, but he's fouled. They'll call the foul on Winter Haven. It's going to be on Vivian Morris, his second team foul of the second half on the Blue Devils. And we'll have Roberts shooting two. And Roberts has 14. 3 here in the third quarter as Norland has now been outscored 11-6 in the third period. And they're now down to a 1-point lead as Winter Haven's now up to 46% shooting here, third quarter, 5 of 11 from the floor, and the free throw good for Roberts.
Good looking free throw, nice backspin, nice knee action.
He's a
good player.
76% free throw shooter, second on the team coming in, and he hits the second as well. So Roberts today a perfect 5 for 5 from the line. He has 16, a game high, and Norland leads it again by 3, 28-25. Now pressure in the backcourt. Here's Demetric Jordan across the half-court line. Now back to Jordan, but then thrown away by Devon Walker. So a turnover for Winter Haven. They're 12th. Norland has 10 at this point. Rebounds are dead even at 16 all.
Well,
we've seen the turnovers pick up a little bit here in the third quarter.
Coach Williams calls that timeout. Now, Coach Williams is no small cat. And I'm sure he got those guys' attention over there in that timeout. And what happens? They score a couple and get a little momentum back their way and get a turnover.
Last minute of the third quarter. Here's Cleon Roberts in the corner. Now driving the baseline. Now he'll pull to the left wing. Now back out to Fabian. Fabian back to Roberts. He'll try a long three. Good. Hit a defender in his face. Walker, but then Cleon pulls out, hits his second three of the game. 19 for Cleon. Now pressure again as Norland back up 6. Winter Haven almost turned it over, but it'll be Winter Haven ball. And just like that, you're right, Norland gets 5 quick points, and that 1-point lead goes back to 6. 24 seconds left here, third quarter. Winter Haven.
Yeah, Norland constantly changing their defensive alignment. 2-2-1, 1-2-2, falling back zone.
Blue Devils thought would hold for the final shot. Instead, driving in is Jordan, and he's fouled. Demetric Jordan will shoot 2. That's the foul. Goes against Norland, their 6th team foul. And we'll have free throws, 11.7 to go here, third quarter. The foul on Williams. Tyrell Williams gets his 3rd foul. Jordan hits the first free throw. He has 3 points. And Winter Haven trails it by 5. Good to see our free throw cam, our glass camera behind the glass is back. Last night it got knocked down.
I saw that. It almost, thank God, it hung up there by a cable. It could really hurt somebody.
Good job. Our crew was able to, Keith, our director, able to salvage it. Producer, as before it hit the floor, hanging on for dear life, it looked like. So, like that view behind the camera or behind the glass there, as Jordan hits both free throws. He has 4, and it's 31-27. 6 seconds, 5 seconds, and thrown away. Boy, Duncan didn't know what to do with it. Well, they're going to say it got tipped out of bounds. So we'll be Norland ball. 2.9 seconds left.
And probably the sign that it wasn't was the player that threw it walked back on defense.
That's a good point. Duncan said, yeah, I threw it away. And then they gave it back to him.
See what they run here with 2.9 seconds, a little up screen.
Roberts into Fabian. Fabian to Cleon Roberts, and he doesn't get a shot off. So that's the end of the third quarter. And again, Lawton Williams not happy with Cleon Roberts, but Roberts with 19 through 3 quarters. We go to the fourth quarter of this 6A semifinal. It's Miami Norland 31 and Winter Haven 27. We'll return to the Lakeland Center in just a moment. You're watching the 2012 FHSAA Boys Basketball Finals on the FHSAA Network.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsport.com/SBP.
Welcome back to the Lakeland Center as we head to the fourth quarter. And it's a 31-27 lead for Norland over Winter Haven. Marty Palman along with the coach Bob Hradusky here courtside in our 6A semifinals. And again in that third quarter, scoring down at Norland, they've scored 10, 10, and 11 in each quarter. In that quarter, Winter Haven had 13. They only had 14 in the first half, so the Blue Devils able to work back into the game. After being down by as many as 11, they got to within 1, but Norland's still up by 4 as we go to the fourth period.
And Coach Williams used about 10 seconds of that timeout to talk to his kids. They came right back on the floor. I think he must have said everything in that last 1 minute timeout that got the game turned around a little bit. But
McCray missing the shot inside and the ball out of bounds. It'll go back to Winter Haven.
Really, Marty, this game is just going to come down to who makes plays on the offensive end. These points are just still so hard to come by. There's no easy shots out there, not many easy transitions.
And ball out of bounds. Winter Haven will turn over. That's their 13th turnover. Norland has 10. As Norland now 27% shooting for the game. And Winter Haven also at 27%, but Winter Haven shot 45.5% there in the third quarter.
And I think most people, common fans, would say, oh, these teams aren't very good, they can't score. And the reality of it is, these are some of the, probably the two of the better defensive teams we're going to see here. They both play great defense.
And I think that we knew that coming in about Norland and Winter Haven is Phil Zane now at the top of the key, back to Cleon Roberts. Roberts back to Phil Zane. He'll try a three left wing, no good. Right side of the rim, rebound though by Holland. Kendrick Holland comes away with the board. Now ahead to Walker. Walker will go up and under, but shot rejected by, that's a rebound by McSpadden. He's able to drive in and lay it in with the left hand. Missed who the block shot was down low, but was it 21?
No, I think it was 24.
24, that's, I'm sorry, McRae with the block, but McSpadden able to put it back in. McSpadden with 9, his first basket of the second half, Winter Haven within 2. Phil's Ames blocked on the other side by Morris, but we're going to have a foul coming up on Vivian Morris. So that's his fourth team foul now in the second half. Winter Haven gets within 2, but now we'll have 2 free throws for Phil Zane, who has 3 points.
Yeah, McCrea blocked that shot almost like in volleyball action. He put 2 hands up there and just like it was stopped it at the net. It was a great block.
So it's a 2-point lead. Gino Phil Zane is 0 for 2 at the line. 3 points in the game at all 3 in the third quarter, and 1 3-point shot, and the free throw good. So he hits the first one. And Norland again holding on to a 3-point lead. And, you know, it's as in kind of low scoring and defensive as this game has been, it kind of felt like Norland was pulling away, but we have a 3-point game. Winter Haven really hanging in there. Phil Zane, second free throws in and out, rebounded by Kendrick Holland. So Winter Haven can get it within 1 or tie it with a 3 as cross-court McSpadden almost went over the line. Now 10 seconds.
10-second call.
And again, we've seen that a couple times. Winter Haven turned it over and back. They get to half court and nobody's really paying attention. McSpadden thought he had time and turned it over.
Hardest thing I think for high school players to do is understand time. And understand how long 10 seconds is, or how in 4 seconds you can dribble coast to coast. It's just a lot of kids just have no clue how long time is. We spend a lot of time just putting 3 or 4 seconds on the clock and making kids drive all the way down and see that they can go from one end to one end in 3.5 seconds.
Well, McSpadden gets his first foul. The thing about that is, you mentioned too, there's clocks all over the Lakeland Center here, but there's no shot clock. And I think it's a little easier for college players. They can see a shot clock and realize there's 10 seconds. Maybe, I don't know, they don't pay attention to it either.
I'm surprised they don't have a shot clock, you know, with a running clock on top of these baskets, you know, if it's used for any other events also. But that's always nice to have if you have it on top of the backboard. It has the shot clock and the running clock.
Walker gets his second foul. Now 15th foul in Winter Haven. 6 fouls on Norland, neither team to the 1-on-1 bonus. Now Dalvin Roberts will pull up, free throw line jumper, no good. Back to the rim, rebounded by Decius, and he has it taken away.
No easy shots.
Here comes Devon Walker. Devon Walker now off to McSpadden. Now back to Devon Walker. Now Walker will pull back out. Phil's aim on him. Now into the corner. There's a 2. It's no good underneath by Hendricks from about 15. Rebounded again by Decius. Now pressure on Cleon Roberts. He'll get it across court to Dalvin Roberts, and Norland across the timeline. You know, in the normal high school gym, like I know at your high school, there's 2 clocks in each end. Maybe not where you can see them the best, but they're there as it's taken away. Here you got 3. 2 big scoreboards, 2 on each side. Actually, there's 4. There's 1 on each side. And there's a 3 at the top of the key. No good. Would have tied it by Walker, but a foul coming up on Norland on the rebound. And that is the 7th team foul on Norland. That means that Winter Haven will be in the 1-on-1 bonus, but we'll have 2 free throws for Morris. And that's 4 on Decius.
One of the things in a high school game, Marty, especially with the lack of attendance, that's kind of affected, I think, the game in the state, is as a coach, you can holler out, 5, 4, 3, you can count it down for them. I'm not sure they'll hear it. You might be able to. But we're constantly talking to our kids about understanding how many timeouts we have left, what the foul situation is, counting it out for them, looking at the clock, knowing the clock. And we had an incident this year where we had a kid shoot an ill-advised 3. We were up 10 points in a tournament, and he shot an ill-advised 3, missed it. The kid came down and shot a 3. We came down and turned it over with 10 seconds to go. Same kid, another 3, and now we're going to halftime up 4. And it wasn't a happy halftime talk, I can tell you that.
Well, Morris hits both free throws, so now it's a 1-point game again as Decius picked up his 4th foul. 17 fouls on Norland. There's Cleon Roberts. Roberts up and under, shot, no good, it's short. And we have a foul on Norland over the back on the rebound. So Winter Haven will have the ball and a chance to take the lead. 8th team foul on the Vikings with 4:50 to go. Actually, no foul, pardon me. They said it was out of bounds.
Just off on Cleon Roberts.
But Winter Haven ball across half court to Walker. Walker drive, no good. He's fouled on the baseline, and now he will shoot 2. This game has really turned around since halfway through the 3rd quarter.
When you're seeing now a lot of the contact that was allowed in the first half, those type of drives with contact was, those fouls weren't called in the first half, and they were probably fouls, and now they're being called. I think it's the hardest thing for a coach and for a player to do is when the officiating kind of changes, and they're calling a lot more fouls this half than they did in the first half. And it's hard to tell a player, what you did in the first half wasn't and what you did in the second half was.
Walker hits the free throw. He is now in double figures with 10. He's the leading scorer today for Winter Haven. Chance McSpadden with 9. And for Norland, Cleon Roberts has 19. But Norland has only scored 1 point so far in this 4th quarter. That was a free throw by Gino Filzaim. Next leading scorer, they have 2 with 4 to the Norland Vikings. There's the lead. Devon Walker gives Winter Haven its first lead since the first period. Almost turned over. Now Henry, cross court to Fabian. Now across the timeline to Duncan. Duncan gets it underneath. It's bobbled by McCray, but he's able to hit a right-handed hook shot. First basket of the game for McCray.
Nice hands. It wasn't a great pass.
And Norland retakes the lead 34-33. We come close to halfway through the 4th quarter. Across the half-court line is Jordan, now over to Hawkins. And we'll swing it back to each other. Hawkins near the top of the key, now to Jordan left wing. Jordan will drive between the defenders, tried to pass it off and turn it over. So Norland gets it back with a 4:02 to go and a 1-point lead here in the 4th period. And we'll have a timeout.
And that's what we tell our players, jump stop. He's trying to make that pass, you jump stop, then you can really read it, you can deliver it, pump fake, shoot, kick it back out. But when you leave your feet and have to pass that ball all in one motion, sometimes, even though the pass is there, the recipient's not ready to catch it, and that's what happened in that case.
And Winter Haven calls timeout, so both teams with 3 remaining. We have 4:02 to go, and we'll still have a media timeout to come here in the 4th quarter. And this was a 20-14 lead in the half for Norland. They led it by 11 at 26-15, and then everything really changed as Winter Haven went on a 10-0 run to cut it within 1, and after that we've been going back and forth.
And you know what? This game's going to finish on a frantic pace because the defense will just keep keying up. There'll be it's probably going to be one from the foul line, Marty, because there's going to be a lot of fouls, and both teams will be in the one-on-one. And whoever makes free throws will probably win this game.
Both teams have shot free throws well. I haven't had a lot of attempts as going up and under. Missing the shot is McCray. But the tip back up and in by Kevin Duncan. So that's his first basket of the game. McCray and Duncan hadn't scored at all. Now they get back-to-back baskets here in the 4th quarter. Norland up 3 and a near steal and a save by McCray. and it ends up in the hands of Duncan McCray right in front of us. Almost went running into you.
I was almost ready to step up and take a charge.
Maybe was it Jimmy Dykes who took a charge for ESPN from the Arkansas player, or Alabama, Michael Green.
Absolutely.
He was coming right at the table. So Norland up 3, they get a turnover. Cleon Roberts, guarded by Hawkins, now left wing to Fabian. Fabian will swing it over to Henry now on the right wing again to Cleon. Cleon Roberts to Henry. Henry looks to drive. Now off to the baseline. There's a two-pointer good from 15 feet, and now Duncan has back-to-back baskets. He has 4, and all of a sudden Norland back up 5. They scored 6 in a row. After Winter Haven took a 1-point lead. Now pressure in the backcourt. Cross half court to Walker. Walker drives in, pulls up over the defender, misses the shot off the glass. Loose ball is saved, but out of bounds. As unable to come up with the save was Morris, and that'll bring us to our media timeout. 2:52 left, and Norland back up 5 in this 6A semifinal. And you said we're going to be playing at a frantic pace. Norland's picked it up a little bit more. They've also been able to hit a couple turnovers. Their defense has turned up here in the last 2 minutes.
This possession, Marty, is going to be huge, because you know Winter Haven's going to come out and really try to amp up the pressure. And the last 2 times they pressed, Norland finishes with a layup. So if they amp the pressure up and Norland finishes the other end and pushes it back to a 7-point lead, it's not going to look good for Winter Haven, because they're still struggling getting good shots at this end.
Well, that, again, a 7-point lead. It's kind of like a 15-point lead maybe if you get this late in the game. Winter Haven has done a better job in the second half. They've scored 19 points, only had 14 in the first half, but this has been a game where possessions and shots, easy shots, have been hard to come by, not a lot at all.
And they don't shoot threes. I mean, they're 1 for 3 for the game, so that's not a big part of their offense. And it may have to become, in the last minute or so of the game, you may have to take a 3, and that hasn't been there. And the zone, even if Norland just falls back into the 3-2 zone, that's going to cover the 3-point line pretty well. It's interesting now. Norland has come out with really just 1 big and 4 guards. So they're really, I think they may be looking to spread it out. Obviously, put their better ball handlers on, but that means they're not going to have the finishers at the end of the press break.
All right, so it is Norland ball with a 5-point lead. Cleon Roberts, 19 points in the game. Game high for both teams, only scored in double figures for Norland. Devon Walker with 11 leading Winter Haven. And it's taken away. Ball at half court now, and we'll have a jump ball possession arrow, give it back to Winter Haven. So the Blue Devils force the turnover at half court. That's the 13th turnover of the game for Norland, and that's good news. The Blue Devils will get it back. So a big stop on defense for Winter Haven.
Winter Haven's man's so good because their ball pressure is so good. I don't know if you can hold the ball on them, because right now some of Norland's guards struggle with ball pressure.
So Winter Haven ball. McSpadden. Now cross-court pass to Dimitri Jordan. Now back to McSpadden. He'll try a long 3 top of the key. It's short, but loose ball out of bounds, and it'll stay with Winter Haven. And McSpadden, the only Winter Haven player that's made a 3 in the game. And I don't know if that was the shot they wanted. He's now 1 of 2 out there, but it was way out. But Winter Haven keeps it.
That's NBA range.
What do you say to your player when they do that? I mean, you just kind of say, I didn't really like that shot, or, well, if you make it, obviously, it's like,
They usually hear the horn.
Again.
That means they're coming out. We talk a lot about getting our 3-point shots on the line and how the percentages really drop, because we shoot a lot of threes, and how the percentages really drop when you start, and these kids want to show their range. I said, show it on somebody else's time. Get good threes on the line.
Well, turnover by Winter Haven, so now Norland with another 2 minutes to go has it again, up 5. So Winter Haven, after getting the turnover, turns it right back over. Dalvin Roberts with the ball near half court around the defender Holland. Now off to Cleon Roberts again.
Norland's doing a nice job here of spreading the ball, not running to the ball, so there's no trap points.
Now Winter Haven has a foul to give, so they only have 5 team fouls. And now McSpadden will look like he was trying to get a foul, and he picks it up. So
that's a good foul there, because he's trying to go for a reach, and if he doesn't get, if there's no foul called, he might get away with one.
Now 1 more foul. Norland will be in the 1-on-1. 16 fouls on Winter Haven, 2nd on McSpadden, and Norland with 18 fouls. We have 1:31 to go.
And the way shooting's going on here, it might not be a bad idea to foul him and make it a free throw shooting contest here down the stretch.
And Dalvin Roberts now, almost throws it away. Now to Sharing Henry. Now Henry to Dalvin Roberts. And again, Norland in no hurry, as you would guess, with a 5-point lead. Norland 6 of 9 at the line today, 12 of 16 for Winter Haven. So Winter Haven has the edge there. Both teams shooting free throws well. And now McSpadden will pick up the foul. So that's his third, and that'll put Cleon Roberts at the line for the 1-on-1 with 1:11 left. And Roberts not the guy you really want at the line. He shoots almost 80%. He's 5 for 5 today, but got to take that chance at this point, down 5 with 1:12 left. So now 17 fouls for Winter Haven, 8 for Norland. Cleon Roberts has 19 points. Sights, shoots, and hits him. Boy, hit every part of the rim, and he gets the shooter's roll.
And he's got a good looking stroke. He's got a clean stroke.
Free throw here makes it a 3-possession game with 1:12 left.
And which is difficult because Winter Haven's not a good three-point shooting team. It's not a major part of their arsenal.
It's almost a 4-possession game then. Roberts missed that one, came up short, so it's a 6-point game. We approach a minute to go.
And the problem is that Winter Haven can't get the ball up the floor fast because of Norland's pressure.
And having it taken away is Walker. Stolen by Phil Zane down to Roberts. Roberts dunks it home. 22 for Cleon Roberts, an 8-point lead under a minute to go.
That's a great hesitation move. He anticipated the foul, got it up there. And there's, Coach Woodside, get the ball before, get the ball before. What's hard to get up the floor with these long bodies in that 2-2-1 press.
McSpadden inside, and Holland around a defender, right-handed hook shot goes for Kendrick Holland. Timeout. You're right, Tyrone Woodside looking at his team going, what are you doing? Hurry, you're down 8. Now they're down 6 with 35 seconds left, 41-35.
There's just no quick passing angles to get against that 2-2-1. If you hurry, you throw it away, and the game's over. You've got to get it up, but you got to get it up timely. And if you look at Norland, they're just so well coached, and you can say that about every team that's here. There's a reason they're here. They got good players, and they're well coached. There's a lot of teams in this state that have really good players that aren't probably well coached. And so you when you sit here and you do these games, you say, well, they're well coached. Well, there's a reason they're well coached. That's why they're here. And you look at how they've spread the ball out. And Norland spreads the ball out. They don't do any handoffs. They don't get in a situation where they can get trapped. They've got good athletes. They flash to the ball. They make the free throws. And then in a situation where they could go to the hoop one-on-one and get the finish to get the dunk instead of waiting to get fouled, Cleon Roberts does that and gets easy too. So just once again, this comes down to, Coach Williams has been here. He's won. He's tested. And obviously, if you watch these kids, there's no nonsense. They're listening to them. Their heads are on them. There's no antics on the floor. This is a well-coached team, a well-disciplined team, and that's why they're where they're at today.
Well, it's interesting too because Leesburg, and speaking of experience, Leesburg was here last year. They're back, and that would be two really experienced teams. Although Norland hasn't been here in 4 years, that would be an interesting 6A final as Holland commits the foul in the inbounds. Leesburg winning in 4A last year, moved up to 6A, and they're back.
Right, and here's that scenario. Obviously, they've got to somehow control Norland's size, which is a lot bigger. And can Leesburg handle the pressure? It's relentless, and there's not a lot of gaps in there. And even when you beat it, they always seem to rotate down to make a layup or a close-in shot tough. So I'm unfortunately not going to be here Saturday, but boy, that's the one game I'd really like to come see them. If I'm at home or where I'm at, I'll have to put it online.
Watch it. Yeah. Watch it here on the FHSAA network as the free throw good for Dalvin Roberts. That's his first point of the game, and he'll get a second on the one-on-one. And again, it's a 7-point lead. We have 34 seconds to go, and Mike Rideout will have that game tomorrow, the 6A championship game, along with Will White, girls basketball coach at Northeast High School in St. Petersburg, as that free throw goes in. So an 8-point lead. And Winter Haven needs to hurry now as we're under 30 seconds to go. Here's McSpadden. Going to drive all the way up and in. Shot rejected underneath by McCray, and that might just about do it as we'll have a foul. And that's kind of the story of the game right there. Instead of going for the 3, they went for the 2. McSpadden drove in, but there was too many defenders in, and McCray got another block.
And it's choose your poison, and you're not a good three-point shooting team, and you can't get it to the rim.
Well, Devon Walker gets his third, 9th team foul, so Sharon Henry will shoot a 1-and-1. He has 2 points today. It's 24.3 to go. See McCray now with his third block of the game there. Missed the free throw by Henry. Quickly the other way for Winter Haven. Now Walker, and there's like 4 guys in the lane. Nice drive by Walker, able to get between defenders. He scores. He has 13 and a timeout called by Tyrone Woodside. Winter Haven has 1 remaining with 16.4 to go. And you mentioned the Norland pressure. And we've seen Winter Haven really, they're nearing 20 turnovers, having problems with it. And they got back in the game, and then the last 2 or 3 minutes, we had about 3 or 4 turnovers in a row, and that really has set the Blue Devils back.
Absolutely, and it's a relentless pressure. It's a 10-second call. It's the ball thrown out of bounds on the sideline. It's not a steal, doesn't look, not a flamboyant play, but it's a turnover, and you get the ball going your way. And Norland, who couldn't get the offense geared up today because, give Winter Haven credit. They can defend, and they're as good of a half-court defensive team as I've seen so far in this tournament. They guard you and defend you. So you're not going to get easy looks. So their defense, going to the 2-2-1, the diamond on one, changing it up, forcing them to, take time getting the ball before or turn it over. And then obviously you just protecting the rim. There's no easy shots on the rim.
Well, we mentioned the 7A semifinals is coming up this afternoon. Tonight we'll have the 8A semifinals beginning around 7 o'clock. Our first game between Vero Beach and Oviedo Haggerty. The late game, Hialeah Gardens against Spanish River out of Boca Raton. And Spanish River, a team that has never made it to this point before, as we'll have a foul on the inbounds pass in Holland. The 8A is interesting because Hialeah Gardens really considered the favorite. The other teams, Vero Beach, Haggerty, really maybe a bit of surprise the teams made it there.
Well, Haggerty's playing well late. Haggerty beat Montverde, which is, arguably maybe the best team in the state that doesn't play in the FHSAA, or chooses not to play in the FHSAA tournament. They are a member of the FHSAA, and they have, extreme amount of talent. And Haggerty beat them, and they can play. And
that's impressive because a lot of these teams I've noticed in the finals, they either lost to Montverde, they played them during the year.
And then if you see Haggerty, you see Josh Cohn, son of Steve Cohn, brother of Reggie Cohn. There's a few state championships in that Cohn family.
They just won another one this week, Reggie Cohn did with Indo-Christian Prep, 4th in 5 years.
And, one of probably the soft-spoken coach in the state who just does a great job is Steve Cohn. And, he's time-tested, and his sons now were great basketball players in their day, high school and college players.
And there's a run out for McCray. He's going to dunk. Oh, missed the dunk. Got fouled as Walker gets his 4th foul. 0.2 to go. Norland is going to move on as they survive a slugfest at times today with Winter Haven. We're over 10 team fouls. It's 44-37, so we'll have 2 for McCray. So tomorrow our 6A final will be Leesburg and Miami Norland. Our 5A final, that's set tomorrow morning as well between Terry Parker out of Jacksonville and Lake Wales.
And 5A is the only school, the only classification has the advantage of the 1 day off. Am I right?
Actually, no, the 3A.
3A had
3A played the semifinals on Tuesday. The final was yesterday morning. So 3A and 5A.
That's a huge advantage. That's the one thing I don't like about this new format is I think if you're a team that's not really great and you've got to prepare, losing that 1 day to prepare for a really team that's really, really good, it hurts you. And that would always be us because we're not great. If we were ever fortunate enough to get here, I might not get any sleep, but we'd be up around the clock trying to find a way to sneak some points. And I think that hurts the underdog type of team and gives the more talented team an easier road to win. But we're experimenting with 8 classifications. We got 8 classifications, a lot of games to be played, and we got to play them.
Well, one of these days we hope you are on the other side of the court. But, hey, thanks for being with me.
My pleasure, Marty.
This afternoon, and we'll talk to you again. You take a break. You'll be back this afternoon at 4:30. You're on with Mike Rideout.
Looking forward to it.
All right. Our final in this 6A semifinal, the Miami Norland Vikings 46 to Winter Haven Blue Devils 37. The 6A final tomorrow will be Leesburg and Miami Norland. A reminder, if you want a DVD of this broadcast or any game of the 2012 FHSAA boys or girls basketball finals, go to FHSAAsports.com. That's FHSAAsports.com. For the coach, Bob Herdusky, for an entire crew here at Lakeland, I'm Marty Paulman saying so long. This is a production of Play On Sports and the FHSAA Network. Our final, the Miami Norland Vikings 46, the Winter Haven Blue Devils 37. Kelly Neff will talk to you at 2:30 along with Anthony Long for the 7A semifinals. So long for now from the Lakeland Center.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.